This is Mark Hill, and I am the traveling NP. I'm on assignment this week in Carrington, North Dakota, another small town of about 2,500 people, at a critical access hospital, staffing the ER and hospitalist positions for the weekend. I want to broach a subject today that has kind of been on my mind lately, and that is good reasons to become a locums provider. And this could go for anybody, MD, PA, NP. Um, and the reason why I chose locums. One of the main things, I guess, from my standpoint, one of the main reasons why I chose locums was because I have always wanted to be my own boss. I never was particularly talented at any one thing other than medicine and taking care of people. I was always pretty good at that. It always kind of came naturally for me. As a staff nurse, I didn't have a lot of difficulties in nursing school, and working my way through the system was always fairly easy. Clinical competence was something that I enjoyed. I enjoyed the study of medicine. I enjoyed the study of the human body. I enjoyed studying how to treat people's illnesses. But I always felt hemmed in as a staff nurse for years and years because I was always working for the man. And I always worked for hospitals, and not feeling like I was getting any respect, not feeling like I was an individual. I just felt like one of many. And then I decided after 20 plus years in as an acute care nurse, I decided to go back to nurse practitioner school. And after I got out, I went to work for a clinic. Um, and after about a year or so, I realized this isn't any different than what I've been doing. It's just a different role. Instead of taking orders, I'm giving them, but I'm still working for the man. I'm still making them money, um, and they're telling me what to do all the time. So I decided that my wife and I decided. I mean, let's be honest. I ran it by my wife, and she said it was okay. So uh, that we wanted to travel. And so about, oh, I guess it was actually before I even got out of nurse practitioner school, we started talking about the potential of traveling to different areas, going to Alaska, Washington, Montana, seeing different things. And we felt like that being a locums nurse practitioner would be a good opportunity. So when I got out of school, I went straight into an urgent care slash family practice that had a family practice and an urgent care combined, and it was a fantastic experience. And I did that for 2 years, and then I decided that in order to work locums, I needed to expand my horizons a little bit, and so I took an ER position for a year as a sole provider in a critical access hospital, to get some experience because all the locums companies I talked to basically said that everybody's going to demand at least a year's of experience. So after doing that, my wife and I started talking about all those plans and dreams we had years before, and we decided to take the plunge. So I started investigating locums, and one thing led to another. And after what seemed like a long time, I was able to get all my paperwork in, get some assignments lined up, started doing some assignments, and within a very short amount of time, I decided that locums was for me. And the main reason why I decided that is because I felt like very early in my locums career was that I was I was in charge of my own destiny for the first time in my life. I could choose to do what I wanted to do and go where I wanted to go and be what I wanted to be and honestly make the money that I wanted to make. And it was apparent to me very early in the process, as difficult as it was to even break in, that this was for me. I was my own boss. I could do my own thing. I could make my own schedule. I could work when I wanted to work. I could take off when I wanted to take off. If I wanted to take a month off or 2 months off or 3 months off, I could just do that. And I didn't have to answer to anybody except my wife. Wow. That was just an eye opening experience for me. And on top of that, the money I was making was just fantastic compared to being a staff provider at a clinic or a hospital. I mean, let's face it, these hospitals, they're in the business of getting as much production out of you as they can and while paying you as little as they can get away with. Well, as a locums provider, you can work as often as you want. You can take the assignments. You can take assignments that are based strictly on pay. You can turn stuff down that doesn't pay enough. So it was just an eye-opening experience for me. It was like, wow, I have found my crack cocaine. You know, back in the day, everybody used to talk about, oh, you must be on crack or addicted to crack, or that's better than crack. Well, I know meth is now the new crack, but for me, locum tenens was my crack cocaine. Bam. I am my own boss. I do my own thing. I can make as much or as little money as I want. I don't have to answer to anybody. All I have to do is maintain professionalism, which I've talked about in other videos, maintain competency, work on my competency, and be the best provider that I can be. Treat people well, smile, treat your patients well, treat the people that are working with you well, shake their hand, tell them goodbye. Maybe I'll see you again sometime. Head off to the next job or head home for a few weeks or a few months. However I wanted to do it. I've seen some fantastic sites working locums. I've worked all over the north and northwest, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, Washington. Plan to go to Alaska next year. Going to be working on the pipeline through Montana this coming year as a clinic provider for man camps. That just seems like an incredible opportunity. I meet a ton of people. I make my own schedule. If I want to take 3 weeks off, which I have, I just take 3 weeks off. And there's always somebody calling me looking to set me up on another job. I make great money. I pick up telemed. Look, let me just say this: if you're on the fence when it comes to working locums, what you really have to do is you have to work your first locums job, your first assignment. Go into it with an open mind. Go into it with an attitude of flexibility, with an attitude of professionalism. You may find, like me, that it is just what you were looking for. Flexibility, being your own boss, better money. You get to see the world. You can work in every state in this union, including Hawaii and Alaska, if that's what you want to do. Now, some of your destination states, you're not probably going to make a killing, but you'll still make good money and you'll be where you want to be for however long you want to be there. The sky is the limit. You can do what you want to do, go where you want to go, and most of all, you don't have to put up with hospital politics. You don't have to put up with bureaucracies. You get to insulate yourself from administration almost completely. Administration is just not something I deal with anymore. Most of the time I work the weekends anyway. I don't even see the administrators. Nobody. And then I'm gone by the time they get back. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to deal with the politics of it all. I hear these nurses and these other providers complaining about administrative issues and bureaucracies and all this kind of stuff. And I just smile and say, that's the reason I work locums. I don't have to deal with that stuff anymore. So if you can deal with the ups and downs of locums, if you can deal with the uncertainty of some things, If you can deal with change, if you thrive on change, if you can maintain professionalism, if you can maintain competence, if you like traveling and moving around, man, locums may be for you. I know it was for me. I love it. I can tell you at this stage in my life, I can't foresee me ever taking a full time position again anywhere. I just, you never say never is the old saying, but at this point in my life, unless for some unforeseen reason, some hospital ER wanted to pay me $300,000 a year for working 2 days a week, I can't see ever going back to a staff position. Just can't see it. I'm my own boss. I make my own choices, my own decisions. I have not regretted working locums for 1 minute. So, reasons to work locums. You're your own boss. You make great money. You get to see the world. You don't have to put up with administration. That may be the biggest one of all. I don't have to put up with administration. I don't have to go to staff meetings. I don't have to deal with chiefs of staff. I don't have to deal with CEOs, CFOs, none of that. I'm coming in, doing my job, replacing whoever ain't there, and moving on to the next job. It's a great life. I love it. Wouldn't change it. Plan to keep doing it. Anyway, this is Mark Hill, the Traveling NP. I hope you're having a great day, great week, or a great assignment. Until next time, see you later.